Hi and welcome to the Money Moves studio, where we drink coffee. No milk, no sugar, black as is. I'm excited about this one. This is year 3 of the Cowboy high risk portfolio. In the last couple of years we've done exceptional. Can we repeat the magic? That is the big question. So in 2024, this was year 1. We managed to generate 56.2% for the year. The standout performer here was Bitcoin. Brilliant performance, but overall basically all in the green. In 2025, another great year, 44.2% in the green. That ECA20 crypto pick, yeah, it happens. But except for that one, we were basically spot on the money. So what do we have in store for 2026? We did invest in January and we posted on social. So if you're not following, feel free to follow us and go on the journey with us. Before we start today, very important, no hype. This is not financial advice. This is a high risk cowboy portfolio. I'm doing it in my personal capacity. If you want to follow the picks and you make money, that's on you. Congratulations, you made money. I don't get any of your money, it's your money. But if you lose money, it's also your loss. So please guys, be responsible out there. This is for fun. Here we go. So for 2026, we start with the Sentient Unconstrained. This is our in-house full equity fund, mostly offshore, a little bit in SA. Next, Arbitrage, 15%, the staple in the portfolio for the last 7 years. Core Potash, Argent, Kaspi, Southern Palladium, Taiwan, Semi and ASML, the 2 AI picks, Caxton, oldie but a goldie, and then Foschini. Let's jump in. Right, number 1, the Sentient Unconstrained. This is our in-house full equity fund. Of course, we have solutions for every need. So there's conservative, moderate, aggressive, unconstrained. For me, of course, I'm a stock guy, so it's going to be unconstrained all day long. The benchmark for us here is the MSCI World. So can we beat the MSCI World? And as you can see, the last couple of years, we really did cook. We've done exceptional. If you're interested in any of these solutions, of course, you're welcome to reach out. The link is in the description. Just on that note, a lot of people are asking me, Paul, are we in an AI bubble? Should we still invest in America? Should we look elsewhere? Well, the next episode covers exactly that. So keep an eye out on YouTube. In 2 weeks' time, the next episode, we will address all of those questions. Arbitrage, number 2. So a staple in the portfolio since 2017. For those of you who have followed my journey, you know that I'm a big fan of arbitrage. The big question is, now that we have lower margins in 2025, 2026, is it still worth it? Well, it's in my portfolio, so of course I think it's worth it. In a future episode, I will take you through the bear case, the base case, and the bull case. In a nutshell, if we follow the trend and the current margins as we had in January 2026, if you are an individual, the base case is roughly 24% return on investment for the year. If you are married, it jumps up all the way to roughly 43%. But like I said, the future video will cover the numbers. For my returns in my portfolio, I take the average between the two because half of my clients are individuals, half of them are married. I am a single, but I'm getting married at the end of this year. So we'll take the average for the portfolio. Also, we've built an arbitrage guide, a basic guide, Arbitrage 101. Just follow the link in the comments and we'll send you the free guide. Next up, our 2 mines, Core Potash and Southern Palladium. This is interesting. So these 2 projects are in development. The mine is not operational yet. Core Potash is in the Republic of Congo and Southern Palladium is in South Africa. So there's 2 ways of how we make it here, how we win. The first one, and this will be the first prize, is that they are actually bought out. Because normally, if a company is bought out, they are offered a much higher price than the current market price. So that will cause the price to jump up and we will make quite a bit of money. Scenario number 2 is if they are not bought out. In other words, they have to now continue with the project and develop it further, in which case I think both of them have great potential. So it's a win either way if it plays out. So buyout, first prize, second prize, no buyout. We continue with the project and hopefully we make some good money. Next up, Argent. So Argent is an industrial company on the JSE. It was listed in the early 2000s. Since about 2008 till 2018, the company share price bled out. So not a very good time for Argent. But then in 2018, they made this brilliant move where they started to expand to the UK. And that move proved to be vital for them. The share price went from roughly 5 Rand in 2018 to 30 Rand in 2025. So unbelievable growth there. And the bet here is that they will basically continue to do the same. The SA operations are average, it's okay, but the UK operations are really, really good. And if they continue on this trend, I think the share price can go a lot higher. This company has no debt. They're sitting on a massive pile of cash. They're cheap, so cheap PE ratio wise. So the risk for me, not very high. The potential, massive. So let's keep an eye out on this one. Next up, Kaspi. And I have to admit, this one is my guilty pleasure for the year. Kaspi is a fintech company. It started as a bank in, wait for it, Kazakhstan.
I like you. Out of America.
They have developed to be the payment solution in Kazakhstan. About 70% of people, adults in Kazakhstan, use Kaspi. So they don't use MasterCard or Visa, they actually use Kaspi. How crazy is that? So number one, Kaspi is a payment solution. On top of that, they also have the bank, and on top of that, they also have an e-commerce leg. But they have now started to expand in other countries such as Turkey. And the bet here is that they basically become this fintech giant in that part of the world. So it's an expansion narrative. If it plays out, I think we're in for a nice little surprise. Next up is the AI play. This is Taiwan Semi and ASML. Taiwan Semiconductor basically makes the semiconductor for the big boys such as Nvidia and Apple, and ASML, they make the equipment that makes the semiconductors. So it's just a further down the supply chain. So the semiconductor is basically the workhorse for processing. So for example, if you play a computer game or you use ChatGPT AI, that requires an insane amount of processing power. So it's an AI trade, and of course the word on the street is, are we not in a bubble at the moment? Is it bubble territory? Yes, I think it might be, but we do have a structural shift in the economy. In the year 2000, we had the massive dot-com bubble, but we had a structural shift to this new thing called the internet. And today, the biggest companies in the world are all internet companies. And I think the same is happening now. This is a structural shift towards processing, towards AI, and this is a gold rush. I'm not investing in the gold. I'm investing in the shovels, the infrastructure. Caxton, oldie but a goldie, an old favorite. They do the 3 Ps, printing, paper and packaging. Charles Buerta and I have chatted about this numerous times on socials. This company has no debt, it's generating beautiful cash flows, it's acquiring small businesses along the way. The biggest growth segment here is the packaging part. They actually own a third of Impact. So this business is not going to shoot the lights out. You're not going to 3x your money this year, but it is a low risk play, solid cash flow, and this serves as a staple or an anchor in my portfolio in 2026. Foschini, the close. Why am I investing in Foschini? Well, 2 reasons. Firstly, we had this massive commodity boom now. Commodity cycle means that the companies in South Africa are making much more money, more jobs, more earnings. So the workforce is much better off. It's almost like a second round effect. So households now have more money, more disposable income. So where do they go to spend the money? Of course, retailers like Foschini. Also, interest rates are coming down. Lower interest rates means lower interest payment on debt, and everyone has debt. So once again, more disposable income for households, which they will spend hopefully in Foschini and Mr. Price. Lastly, we have Bitcoin. It's not on the list at the moment, but I am keeping a very firm eye on it. And my entry point here is when it touches the 200-day moving average, which is always the reversion to the mean. And the mean is the 200-day moving average. This is currently at about $65,000. So I will start nibbling if it gets there. And that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the episode. We'll see you in the next one.